All right, so here we go. Continuing our KJF. So I'll be buying my 2 submarines, 2 destroyer, carrier bide build. I'm gonna, when you had that good 37 and we have a good setup, sometimes it's tempting to go easy. But I know he's a very good player, and there's a couple things, that I know, just from Discord discussions, but just even his setup, he did well. Um, one of the better setups against my build here, although it's not my favorite for Japan, but he just built 1 transport, so that gets him to 3 transports, which is probably good enough. I think 3 transports is good enough in a KJF. I know some argue you still get the 4, and I still J1. When I don't know that it's for sure a KJF, I still go to 4, even if it could be a KJF. But in this case, with the season 37 loss, I think he did smart. He got himself a couple destroyers, got him a transport. He's got 3, 4 destroyers in here where he can start destroyer blocking as needed to just slow the Allies' progression. Because the reality is when you see that, you already know you're in a lot of trouble, right? So the whole goal is Japan is not to win the Pacific. Japan is to delay the Pacific as much as possible for Germany to win Moscow. So if you remember the last one, they just let me attack 61 directly here. He's putting a destroyer block so that I cannot directly attack it on UK2. I mean, I could send 2 fighters and a bomber, but what that's going to do, that's not going to do anything. So that's one thing. You know, my fear as someone who does this is if he's came down and stuck everything in C zone 36, because if he sticks everything in C zone 36, I believe he can stack it with the battleship, 2 destroyers and a carrier. You know, it's a tight battle. Maybe I take it. I don't know, but most likely not. And either I have to match his build and whatever he's got coming in, or I got to back up and destroyer block and go to 34, destroyer block and come down to 30. But this is a very close second, you know, to what I don't like to see. Um, he did do Pearl successfully. He went Pearl heavy, so he lost a fighter there. So he's down to 3 fighters now, which is important. I want to keep track of his fighters and his 1 bomber. Um, so yeah, there we go. That's where we're at. We're gonna start out traditional KJF. I'm still deciding what I want to do up here because he only has 2 infantry and 2 fighters that could attack here. I've got the temptation of keeping this stacked. But I do again, I gotta watch out. He'll have that going behind me. So I haven't decided yet. We'll figure that out as we go. For now, get our purchase. We'll hit him. I do think I am going to take the risk on this one of the bomber versus cruiser. And again, I'm leveraging the fact that I'm in a good position, with those 3 Russian tanks living and the C-Zone 37 going positive. So I'm going to take that leverage and go ahead and take the risky battle of the bomber versus cruiser because I really would like that cruiser out of the way. I'm going to leave this for Russia to take. So that's all my US battles. Nice. There's our 2 hits. Good. He got his 1 hit, but his sub was sniped, so we're good. Alright. Most importantly, bomber has to get a hit. Then the cruiser missing is cream on the top. Oy! Come on, bomber. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. So my dice are getting very nice to me. Gotta decide. I haven't decided what I want to do with him yet. So we're gonna do one traditional, and we're gonna do one coming. Oh wait, he didn't buy a bomber, did he? Right? No bombers. 1, 2, 3. We're good. 1, 2, 3. Good. Yep. So one to Africa, just to make sure we can clean up anything here. That takes a little bit of pressure off these units to get back to India if we need to. Should I drop him here and just give him that 5 fighter versus 2 destroyer with no transports attack? I mean, it's kind of yucky. I mean, he's going to want to send one up here, right? I just kind of, I think I want to put him in range, or maybe even put him in 9. Give him shots where, you know, he's going to want to kill the transport. He's going to want to trade up this direction. You know, and if the destroyers live, then wonderful. Yeah, I'm just gonna move him on in here. Experiment on the person. See how they play it. I don't really like taking the fighter down here. Do we want to land? We can land up there. Down here. Get my A's in the middle. Get my units around. Get them to support a backdoor attack. Fighter. So the thought is I could put him up here and I would be defended, and then want to, you know, we can come around and do a, or we could put them all the way out on the tip, right? 2, 4, and then we have these guys that are going 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, does zoning 60 really matter? Not really, you know. 62, we wouldn't have anything going on 62 really. And the problem up there, they can't get back to India, which is a little bit of a fear. I think I'm just going to bring him on down to India. That way he can support this guy. He can, although if he goes there, he can't come back to India to clear there. You know what? Let's take him back a spot. I mean, the good news is we don't really need him up here. We don't really need him in India. If I just move him back here, then he could go 1, 2, 3, 4 and still come back to India. He'll be able to blitz 1. These guys can go 1, 2, 3. But I mean, he can have a tank and 2 fighters, but you don't want to do that versus 2 infantry and a fighter, right? I always like to change it up. Keep it interesting, right? Alright. Dropping those guys there. I feel bad about putting the transport there. I just feel like I'm missing. I'm used to there being a bomber somewhere, but there is no bomber, so we're okay there. Almost feels dirty. But next turn I could come back up here with these guys or pick up some guys from here and then come back even. So I really like not having a bomber in Germany. Alright, we're already a little rich because we still got our AA and three tanks, and we're going to be getting two off of here. So I'm going to lean on the 4 and 4 this time instead of, is that right, 4 and 4? Yeah, instead of 8 and 1. Instead of 8 infantry, 1 artillery, so one more unit, we're going to go 4 and 4 just to shore up our ability to dead zone later on. Because I'm also going to use my artillery this turn. So, again, I want to block the tanks from blitzing. Although, even if I fail, I still got a lot I can do. But I really, really want to get my 6 tanks down here in Caucasus for any J3 playing on India. So I really want to go ahead and have these two territories, which this one's obviously a given. So I'm going to do my 2 and 1 there. I really, as you guys know from previous conversations, I don't want him to have Karelia and be able to build on there the next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a fighter can do the trick. I could put one more. That gives me a 70% shot. You know, it's not the end of the world if he takes it, because certainly I've faced G1 Karelias before, but I really want to take that. Oh, don't want to forget this guy down here. Take the freebie too. What is... I know y'all are going to have a heart attack if I say 3 infantry versus 2 infantry. That's a 50-50 up here. After the last game, y'all are going to say, y'all are screaming, don't do it! Don't do it! But man, to make him drive a transport up here instead of going towards India, man, that would be nice. Don't do it. I hear you. Don't do it. Stop it. Don't be silly. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. But I really want to be greedy. I really want to be greedy. I shouldn't be greedy. Ah. Alright. Alright. No, 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 no. We don't have to worry about planes landing there. Don't be greedy. Be smart. It's only a 1 IPC. It's just 2 infantry. Don't be greedy. Alright, I talked myself out of it. For those of you that were cheering for it, you won. Let's just get that infantry, or get that fighter hit right off the bat. There we go. Feel good. No hit back, that's great. Like to get one more hit than he gets on first round of battle. Oh, oh, wow, okay. I am getting, now my dice is getting a little ridiculous. Wow. I actually am starting to feel guilty about this game at this point. I feel bad about that. I mean, yes, he can wipe them, but it's gonna be costly. He's gonna have to use his, gosh, I just feel dirty. I'm not gonna lie. So I got 8 plus 16, 14, 16 units threatening that. He can move 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'll just do this. So we'll make it 1-1. He's got 2 fighters that can reach those, so he can go 1 infantry, 1 fighter on both of them, which can be awkward, or he can just go all in on one and just make it a little annoying. That's all. I really want to push that advantage more, but I'm just not. I'm playing smart. Playing smart. I've had ridiculously good dice with Russia, Germany. Play smart. All right, there we go. So Germany took their turn. 4 tanks, 5 infantry. So he's got a lot of tanks coming in. So they're gonna have quick movement. It's kind of a half-hearted though. Either I don't know. I would think you either want to go all in tanks or go all in infantry, march them till you get that round 4 or 5, and then tanks to bring in behind them. That's my opinion. Different people play the whole KJF bit a little bit differently. He did attack Curly. What did he attack there with? I didn't even look at that. So he had 3 infantry, 2 fighters, 2 tanks. So he lost 2 infantry and tanking all those people. But it does give me a pretty good shot at killing off 2 of his tanks. And I should be able to take Ukraine, put a guy here, and keep West Russia still isolated for another turn at least. These tanks are going to add up. I won't be able to. I doubt I'll be able to dead zone Karelia again because he's going to have what 6, 7, 8, 15, 19 units going into it. I doubt I'm going to have 19 plus units sitting down here. I haven't really done the math yet, but it's not a big deal. If he gets it on G3, that's okay. It wasn't G1 or G2. So that being said, we're coming back down to here. I did look um, at what would it take if he brought everything to 36 next turn. It'd be a carrier, 3 destroyers, and a battleship, a loaded carrier. Well, with what I'm getting ready to build, I'll have a 65 to 70% chance of wiping them if he did that. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to let him stack Burma because I've got better things in mind. But that does mean, I calculated what's it mean with 5 infantry, 2 artillery, and a tank. I could attack it, but I'll be able to, nothing else, I'll be able to defend uh, the India itself the following turn if I need to and get creative with my navy. So don't worry about that. You can see he did go ahead and do the German play here through Egypt instead of dancing back and forth. Going to go ahead and make me commit units that way instead of going that way. So yeah, so there we go. All right, so purchase. The other thing of note here I forgot to mention is he's only got the 1 fighter here. His other 4 fighters are inland, and I've got 2 destroyers here, so I get a free transport drop. So that's number 1, buying a transport. I am buying a carrier and a fighter and 1 infantry for India. We'll have a carrier and a fighter. I'm going to be using this India fighter here. 1, 2, 3, 4 will be my second fighter for the carrier. and we should be good there. And then an infantry just to drop into India to start a little bit of ground units here. Um, that's the one I will say the one weakness to an aggressive India is if they press hard, they can potentially get Japan India. I most of the time I'm able to defend it, but in the KJF, if Japan gets to India, it's not the end of the world. Certainly, it's not comfortable, but it's not the end of the world either. So, all right, so he's online right now. All right, so the reason I'm not gonna trade Burma is if he's giving me boats to trade, I want to trade boats with him. I got a chance on a UK2 DEI. I'm going to take a chance on a UK2 DEI. And I'm going to go ahead and go here because anybody that lives, I got a transport that can go grab and pick them and bring them back quickly to India next turn. I'll take and grab. Got nowhere really for him to go. We're not going to be doing any of that, obviously. There we go. Get these fighters hitting early. Got one of them, okay. There we go. Happy day. Let's just get the destroyer kill quick and easy. There we go. Happy day. And it's a destroyer block. Oh, I wanted to do Egypt first, I just realized, but oh well. Alright, got the tank. Good deal. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Hey, 2 hits. Come on, guys. Hey. Hey. Oi, oi. Okay, well, I guess we won't be retrieving anything with the transport. Good thing we got the US coming to clean up. And a good thing we got the tank. So I can take a turn, get the US, get the bomber over in range, have the fighter probably in range, and that way we'll have a good shot at them. Not end a threat this turn, so I think I'll leave. Let's see, we have 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll leave the 1 there. I'll leave him in West Russia just as potential backup. He's going to be eventually going over here to a carrier next turn, hopefully. We do want to get that guy up there. You know what? We're gonna bring him in. We'll invite him to come this way, and then we'll turn back and clean that up. Alright. That looks like all my UK moves. Three, four, six attacking units. We should be good. There we go.